Technology. All right, go ahead and get it started for us.
Look, man. All right. We all know technology it's always about being bigger, better, faster, stronger. Sound like a Kanye record. and just doing more. And them joints is just taking over jobs and everything else. And so my question is, how does the world look like in the next 20 years if we do have driving cars and automated warehouses, automated delivery, automated retail stores, or hell, they close down the stores and it's just all delivery. How does this work for a lot of people that have, grown up working these jobs and now they no longer exist? Because remember back in like the 40s and 50s and I think 30s, they had an elevator operator. They had a gas station pump attendee that actually pumped the gas in your car. And people were making livable wages with those jobs and still being able to afford a place to live or their family with those quality jobs. You talk to a retail person now, they'll laugh at your ass talking about they're trying to afford some shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, no, this and the 4 other jobs I have is going to help me afford this shit. But this job by itself, no, as well as they're having all this technology be able to sort and put up and all, where people are not going to be needed in these places anymore. I just went to a gas station where I saw self-checkout in that joint, and I thought it was just for the candy and whatever shit that was in there. And I looked, there was a dude standing behind the joint, and so I hand him my money. And I'm like, yo, 20 on pump 7. And dude just goes, at the machine. And I'm going, what? You pay for your gas at the machine. And I'm going, what do you do? Oh, I just make sure the machines don't break down. So it's just you just make sure that,
That's crazy. That's going to be a remote job.
It ain't gonna be a remote job. It's just gonna be gone.
Make sure the machines. Yeah, somebody can do that. Somebody can do that remotely. From a server or something. They don't really need somebody in there. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Technology is taking over. You're starting to get more self-checkouts. I think there's a lot of stores there's a few stores that are completely self-checkout, like Whole Foods. I believe. Is it Whole Foods? It's one of them joints that you just gotta swipe.
I know Walmart is starting to get there because they got that big ass self-checkout square that they send everybody to.
Yeah, there's the self-checkout square, Walmart. There's one in Target as well. So you got to think this is reducing the number of jobs, retail jobs for people that are trying to get jobs at Walmart and Target, and, all these other places. And,
that's why I'm a fan of Andrew. That's why I was always a fan of that Andrew Yang payment, those $1,000 payments a month, because he was talking about giving people at a certain what's the name, wage level, anybody that was at that certain wage level or below, they could get $1,000 a month, just because of the cost of living and everything else that's happening out here, the loss of jobs that are coming, because he came from the technology field before he ran for president. And so he knew the direction that technology was going. He was going, dude, in 10, 15 years, most of this shit is going to be automated.
Yeah.
And so people are going to damn near have to be paid to stay at home.
Yeah, but the problem that you run into that particular argument is, the middle class in particular are going to be like, hey, we want $1,000 a month too. Why are you just giving it to these folks?
There is not going to be any middle class. Middle class is disappearing now. It's only poor and rich at this point now. Like it's starting to get to like that
Well,
middle class gap is slowly closing.
it depends on what you consider poor. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's bringing in over 150, 200,000, you know, it might be poor to somebody that's rich, but they could be doing all right. But and then you have somebody that works at Walmart that's making like, I don't know, 40,000 a year, maybe
But
35,000.
majority of the people are making under 50. Under 50 at this point is poor
Yeah,
because that's, you know, like insurance is up,
yeah,
gas is up,
yeah,
groceries is up.
yeah.
What the fuck hasn't gone up except for pay?
That's
Like, I always keep bringing back to this one post I saw that I'll never forget. There was a 10-year challenge with this damn photo where it showed this one apartment 10 years ago that was one bedroom apartment was going for $800. 10 years later, that same apartment was going for $1,800 or
yeah,
$1,900. It showed minimum wage was $7.25. And 10 years later, minimum wage was $7.25. So, so pretty much everything got more expensive while you're still getting the same fucking pay. You can't afford this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's more like, as a person, I talk to people all the time with my, you know, my job of, yo, I can't afford, people on Social Security sitting up here crying to me. They can't afford shit. Like, and like, yo, I've worked my entire life and I'm struggling here. You know what I'm saying? But for their Social Security checks, I got people out here, dog. I just got laid. I've never heard so many people been laid off and fired. I'm not fired, but didn't have a job in my life. Never. Like, it's ridiculous, dog. Every time, yo, I just got laid off like 2 weeks ago. I just got laid off yesterday. I just got laid off 3 months ago. I can't find a job. I can't find a job. So jobs is drying up. Money ain't getting increased. Shit is getting more goddamn expensive. If you're not rich, you're going to be in the wave.
yeah, yeah. I absolutely agree. Yeah, there's definitely a disparity between the poor and the rich, which always kind of bugs me because it's just like, you know, how about we start taxing, you know, how about we give these people that are insanely wealthy just a rich tax to kind of you know, ease back on the middle class and the poor.
But that's
Really,
what like I said, that's why I was a fan of Andrew Yang, because he was talking about taxing Amazon and shit like that and saying, yo, first of all, y'all ain't paying y'all fair share of taxes. And second of all, y'all could be helping keep Americans afloat. So it's like, dog, imagine a woman or whatever, they working, they job ain't making much money and they get maybe, let's say, 1,500 a month.
yeah,
Now that 1,000 come through and now they get 2,000 a month. I mean, 2,500 a month.
mm-hmm.
Like, that's gonna help they ass do way more shit, from paying their bills to being able to take their kids on a vacation to whatever, because people are living check to check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never heard people say I live check to check so much more in my life, man. Sheesh.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. The disparity between the wealth and the rich is pretty bad, and it's only really in America, right? You have other countries like Europe where healthcare is free. In some situations, schooling is free,
But
and
that's
take.
because we're the capitalistic country of the world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why everybody thinks, you know, like all these immigrants that come in and go, I can make it big here, because where they come from, they're not, you know, there's no opportunities around them, and then they see the glitz and glamour from the TV about how it is in America, and all you got to do is work hard, and then you can be rich. Nah, dog. Nah, you can work hard and die and still be poor. Like, you die poor. Like, people didn't set up here and work 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs, multiple shifts. You know, I worked with this dude named what was his name? Sika, or I believe, or damn, whatever, I forgot, but he was cool as shit. And I used to work with him at CVS. Dog, that motherfucker had 8 hours a week to himself. This man was taking care of his wife and his kids, and that man was working overnight with me at CVS, working at Whole Foods as a cashier during the day, as well as a damn driver, a taxi driver in the middle of that. Dude only had maybe 8 to 12 hours of personal time and was still struggling. Like, dog, like, we're gonna be at a point where they're gonna have to pay us to stay home because they're taking like all these jobs that are disappearing. COVID has came and fucked a lot of shit up. So now, and then people don't want to put on no damn masks, which we talked about last time. I just came from CVS where there was a long line and there was 3 out of about 10 people, me being one of the 3 that had our mask on. Rest of these motherfuckers breathing all over the place, spitting all over the place, speaking and shit. And we wonder why this shit ain't never going away.
That's
and
crazy.
It's gonna keep mutating and mutating and mutating until it kill us all.
Yeah, and then supposedly the vaccines will keep you safe,
But we didn't went there. So let's not go there again because we'll take another hour going there again. We're gonna have to label this podcast the vaccine haters.
Yeah.